Welcome to the first episode of the Debate Hour. I'm here with my hosts, Caleb and Scott. The first thing I want to talk about on the Debate Hour is OnlyFans. OnlyFans, in my opinion, is the gateway to money, to finances, to securing your future. But Scott here, he's kind of dumb.
What the fuck?
No, because it's here. My opinion is that, I do agree that it's not the best way to make. I mean, actually, it's a great way to make money, and you're literally tricking guys into simping for you, right? But you can't rely on it. It's not a career. You can't just
What
make.
do you mean it's not a career?
It's not a career because
It's-
unless you're a fucking model, you're not a career.
What?
You can't just.
Have you
No. OnlyFans is genuine cancer. It is a cancer for men and women of this society. It turns men into weaklings. It turns women into this position they don't deserve to be in.
What do you
it
mean?
does is
They're
allow
volunteer. They're
They're
volunteer.
to get all this money, which
They're
they don't deserve.
voluntarily
And then
doing
they'll
it.
be going
They're
off
doing.
not gonna get it. I'm not
Why
gonna
does
get into
no guy want
college.
me?
They're
Because
doing
you're
it.
fucking
They're
young,
doing.
that's why.
They're doing it to benefit
You're the
themselves.
fucking internet.
They're doing it to benefit
All
themselves.
right. So honestly, we're gonna come back to OnlyFans because what Scott just said ties in perfectly to our next section, which is cancel culture. So Scott, when you say women don't belong in that section or in a position that they shouldn't be in, what do you mean by that? Because that's gonna get us canceled.
We can't get canceled in the first episode. That's too early.
That's what I'm saying.
It's too
Exactly.
No. We're keep going with this. No. See,
Scott,
here,
the difference is you don't care about being canceled. I do.
Okay.
I want to go to a 4-year, and I actually have to get a job with kids. My job is working with kids, and so I think by you talking about this, I'm gonna get canceled.
And now we're not gonna all get into college because
Yeah, I
Scott
can't
says
put
I'm
this on my,
stupid.
I can't put this on my college applications anymore, saying that I did a podcast because they're gonna look it up and I'm gonna get canceled.
Okay,
So
I really want to finish this. Okay, so shut up. I really want to talk about this.
Okay.
OnlyFans, Scott. You're saying that it's like it puts women in a position of like not being able to like I don't know whatever you said.
No.
But it's wrong because they're not
You didn't know
involuntarily doing it. They're volunteer. And let me tell you, if I was a female, bro, straight up, bro, OnlyFans would be the first thing I would make when I'm 18, bro.
Hey,
Like, bro,
Totally.
because
Let me
think
tell
about it. Have you seen
Let me-
have you
hold
seen the screenshots, all right?
Hold up.
Of like
No,
the amount of
screenshots
money.
don't matter. No, hold up. See, watch. These women are the same women that complain that in their 30s and 40s that no man wants them, brother. No one wants to start a family with them because of what they fucking did in their 20s. Most guys don't want a fucking woman who is whoring themselves in their 20s. Let's be honest here. That ain't long term.
But but Scott, that doesn't matter nowadays. Guys
Oh,
now
it doesn't
want
matter.
whatever
No,
they
it will
can
matter.
get.
It will matter. It will matter. Trust me, bro.
When?
It will. When they're older. Watch. No one's gonna want them, bro. No one's gonna want them.
Yeah,
They
but
will-
No, I
there's-
mean,
they
think,
will
no.
allow-
If I was okay, so what OnlyFans is basically for anyone that doesn't know is it's like a website that females and males. They just show off their body and people can subscribe to them for a certain amount of money.
It's
And
porn.
It's basically porn, but you could just do it by yourself. You don't need to have anyone, right?
You see the
And-
camera.
And yeah, but some people, like iDubbbz, he's like this giant meme now because his girlfriend is doing OnlyFans. But to be honest, if we're being real here, he's the only one that's hitting that. So isn't he like taking the dub here? You know?
Kind of, but it's the fact that your
Yeah.
girl is out there on the internet.
Yeah.
But she's making bank
that-
though.
that's-
She's supporting the bills.
But he doesn't need help with the bills. He's a multi-million-dollar YouTuber, dude. He doesn't need help
Yeah.
with the bills.
I know, but think about it. If you had the chance to date someone that could pay the bills, wouldn't you?
No, because he's making more money per year than she will ever make in her entire life. You understand
Okay, that's fair.
that? Yeah. So it's just it's a different. He's getting sponsors and stuff like that, versus she's putting stuff out there. And sure, she's making however much a year. For example, let's say 100,000, right? Because people are dumb and just give money to you if you're
Bunch of
naked.
simps.
Exactly.
No. They're not simps. They're not just simps.
Yes, they are.
They're honest retards. Who spends on OnlyFans when Pornhub and X videos are free? Who does that?
That's fair. That is fair.
That's fair.
All of y'all are simps. If you guys are listening to this and you guys are subscribed to OnlyFans, I'm gonna need you to click off this video after you hit that like button. But
Because you.
If you want homemade, look up homemade on the website. It's there. for free.
Okay.
stop.
It's literally there.
You
We,
make
we
it-
do not endorse any of that.
you need to be 18 or older. But
Yeah, 18
the
or older.
whole
I'm 18.
the
We're
whole
good.
that's cap. All right, but the whole point of OnlyFans is supposed to be like a more personal experience, but it's not. It's not because it's everyone has access to it. Everyone who's
It's
willing
our
to pay
website.
and who's dumb enough to pay has access to it. And so it's just there's no point, and everyone has it now, so it's not special.
So,
You know,
but I still feel like it's not like a horrible thing. I feel like it's a great way
It
to
is
make
a very
money.
horrible thing.
it is empowering because you
What?
are putting no hold on
Okay, keep going.
you're allowed you're gonna disagree with me down the road.
Yeah, no.
Okay. In a sense, empowering, in my opinion, to women because later down the road, like they're putting their bodies out there because before women get shamed, body shamed and stuff like that, you're putting your body out there, and you're getting you're getting money for it, and that's empowering in a certain way. But I think selling your body like that and just being known for your body is not necessarily a good thing.
Bro, I mean,
Bro, no.
you don't have to show your face though. To be honest, isn't that a thing? You don't have to show your face.
Well, you don't have to show your face in
You
anything.
don't technically have
Exactly. So no one would even know. Shit, I'd be
But
selling
that's your
cute
source
pics.
of money, though. That's your source
Yeah.
of money, though, because it's linked to your social media. Because how are you going to promote it if you don't have it on social media?
to. Kill got the point.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, so
Oh. Bro,
I just think
it's a horror website.
All right.
it's not, but
Yeah.
I think it's the choice. It's like a.
it is your choice.
It's like
It is your
prostitution
choice
with
if you
extra
want to
steps.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. Except you're not.
Then why not pay for the prostitute? You get more with the prostitute.
Because that
because
is
that's-
illegal. It's illegal.
It's
It's illegal.
illegal, it's
It's
illegal.
illegal. You
Not
can't
in
do that.
Nevada.
That's just illegal.
The fact that
That's
you
just-
know, the fact that you know that is odd and it's
well,
weird.
in Nevada, everything's legal basically. So
That's where Reno
And not
is.
in Europe either,
And,
bro. They got,
and
what do you
Vegas,
call
and
it?
Vegas probably.
Bang
'Cause
houses
everything-
up in-
you sounded so smart there, saying that's exactly. Nevada's where Vegas is. You sounded so smart.
Oh, I forgot Vegas is in. I thought Vegas was in California.
Oh my god.
Oh
no.
my.
All right. So we had. All right, yeah. So
Okay.
we're gonna go. We're gonna
Wait,
go
hold
back
on.
To, yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
something that's going on like right now as we speak is Jake Fromm is getting canceled. You know
Exactly.
why? You know why? Because he was talking to this chick. I don't know who she is. I don't really care who she is now because she got him canceled. Ruined his career. He had this screenshots leaked that he said that
He's-
only
Only,
elites, white people
white
should
males.
have guns. Yeah. And then the girl screenshotted it and posted it, and now he's being at risk of being cut from the bills, and that just ties into cancel culture.
He
Hey,
says guns need to be very expensive, so only elite white people can get them. Jake Fromm, March 2019.
Damn.
And he's already released the apology after those screenshots leaked. And
So for deeper insight,
Drew Brees type.
Jake Fromm is the quarterback. He was the quarterback for the University of Georgia, and now he's either the starting or backup quarterback He's the backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills
yes,
in the NFL.
yes, and
Yeah.
and like basically like this girl, I don't know who she is. But she probably like he probably trusted her. That's why he said it.
Ex-girlfriend, friend, you never
Yeah.
know.
And
Who the fuck trusts an ex girl? Okay, you know what?
bro, no,
guy.
but like they're probably dating at the
This
time
guy.
or something. But bro, and now he's getting canceled. And before Drew Brees, the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, is getting canceled by his own city, bro. By his own
My boy
city, bro. They're chanting. And Scott Boy here is a fan of the New Orleans Saints, and he's
What?
not the happiest about it, right, Scott?
So the
No,
reason,
you're wrong, bro. I stand
Hold
with
on.
Drew Brees. My boy Drew Brees is right.
Scott. So shut the fuck up. First of all, second of all,
Bro, I mean,
No,
you
no,
can
hold on,
kneel.
hold on,
It's
hold on,
fine.
hold on.
First Amendment,
Scott,
you're allowed
Scott,
to kneel, but it
Scott,
doesn't mean you have to
Scott.
agree with the protest. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it.
Scott, can I talk?
Yes, you can talk.
So the thing is that first of all, awful timing. Drew Brees took the fattest L in American history.
Fattest of
But
the
Now that's
month
the
of May.
They took the fattest
No, the Minnesota
wait.
cops took the fattest L of the month of May. Okay, let's calm down here. But
Oh wait, it's June, bro. Never mind.
I know, but they did it in May. But Drew, he just awful timing. There is no need for it, and I think as well worded as his apology was, which was most likely written by his agent, right?
Well, yeah,
Because
probably.
Hey, I'm getting
it was
canceled over here.
so.
I need someone. Hey, can someone type an apology for me real quick? Hey, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say?
As well worded as that apology was, if Drew Brees in fact wrote that apology, that means he has enough knowledge to know that he had enough knowledge at the time of writing the first tweet that he got canceled on to know that he shouldn't have typed it and that it was that he wasn't thinking. He has the mental capacity to think about it, but he didn't. He chose not to think about it.
I don't know. I think
So
I mean,
also.
he was stating his opinion though.
I
They
know.
asked him. He
But
stated his
but that ties in like the fact that cancel culture is so dumb. Like bro, like genuinely, how are you going to cancel someone? Like just ruin their career, bro. Like it's not that
it
big of a deal.
depends. It, in
Like
my opinion,
plus sometimes it's a joke, and like the way the world is headed right now, I feel like a lot of jokes aren't going to be like even
yeah,
like
you have to have thick skin.
yeah, you can't
to
even say
survive.
them before getting canceled, you know. And
Yeah.
if you're like this big celebrity, you all jokes are off limits, you know,
hmm
because then everyone's watching you. Like every single person is just watching you, waiting for you to mess up.
Yeah.
And like
And
it's so bad.
I think part of it is I think it definitely depends on what it is. If it is a senseless joke in the context of the conversation was a joke, right? And someone screenshots it and gets mad at it and takes it out of context, and then the rest of the world gets mad at it, and you're done, you're canceled, right? You're over, and
Well,
your
that's
source
that
your
one
source
white
of and
said
your-
he's not getting AIDS from going to South Africa.
what?
Remember that when white lady made a tweet? It was like, usually going to South Africa, she's like, she's gonna get AIDS. Just kidding, I'm white. Remember that? She got hella canceled for that shit.
No.
But that's what I'm saying is it depends on the context.
Yeah, but like a lot of it gets taken out of
It's
context.
racist,
A lot of
if
stuff
it's
gets taken out of
racist,
context.
if it's just blatant racism, right?
I mean, it was
And-
kind of funny though.
yeah, it doesn't matter if it's funny but it's just still sometimes it's taken out of context. Like if it's taken out of context, yeah, it's cancel culture is bullshit. But if you're actually, I think it's good in the sense that you're holding people accountable for their actions, and you're making them own up to it and make a public apology since it hurt the public so much. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I feel like
But
But I feel like
it's all a case by
we are
case
ignoring-
basis,
one point is that
which is
a lot of people are attention whores. They constantly want attention.
exactly.
And so if someone is taking it away from them, they're gonna look for one little slip up, just be like, "Oh my god, look, said something. Oh my god!" So all the attention goes on them instead of that person. And yeah, they got their
Yes.
attention fixed, and
That's
everyone else
fair.
wants it. They do the same shit.
And
That's
there's
really
actually-
all it is. It's not even about holding people accountable, just because they want attention and they're not getting it. So that's
true.
why they do that.
That is true.
Which
That
is
is true.
basically the same thing as women on OnlyFans wanting its attention whores.
There's actually this situation going on at
no,
our school.
I think that's actually yes. Speak up.
Wait, there's actually this situation going on at our school, where this dude, I won't say his name. We're gonna call him Hunter for now, for privacy reasons.
I know.
You all know who I'm talking about, but
Yeah,
there's this dude named Hunter. You know, not his real name, but he's getting canceled right now because during the there's a lot of protests going on, and he slid up on someone's Snapchat story because they were at the protest. They were at a protest, a peaceful protest, and this dude Hunter thought it was thought they were looting, and he's against that. And that's what I've heard from his friends. But what other people say is that because he said he was stupid, and
Yeah, and-
apparently what his friend says is that he thought they were looting, but in the video they weren't looting, you know. And he's also this dude Hunter, who
Alright.
is Caucasian, white, you know, color of the sand. He said the N-word multiple times, and there's screenshots, there's
It's
receipts.
Definitely,
Jesus.
definitely not okay. But in the end of and so in my opinion, right, it is. So everyone's been posting their opinions, right?
Mhm.
And so
Including us.
for yeah, exactly,
Yep.
including us. So for Hunter to go out there and say his opinion and say y'all are dumb, that he's entitled to his opinion, but obviously in my feeling. My feeling is that it was taken out of context because I know Hunter personally. Hunter is around a lot of people of color, and most of his style and his attitude and the way he looks and like his jewelry and everything, the way he acts, is because he's been around people of color his entire life.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't matter what his family believes, whatever he believes in, right? Who he supports, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? It is the context that situation was taken in, and it just happened to be poor timing. He swiped up on the wrong story and said the wrong thing to the wrong person.
And like a lot of the reason people are like saying this man is racist, quote unquote, is because his family is
his family
has his
has
reputation for being very Republican.
I wouldn't say reputation. I would just say his father has made it very clear that
and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that because it's what you believe, and so you can't hold that against them because it's what they believe. Because if you're judging someone for what they believe, then
go
you
home.
you gotta go home.
Leave.
You are also part of the problem, right?
Leave out the door.
Exactly. Right?
Like,
unless what they believe is literally inciting violence, then there's no point in judging someone else for what they believe. So,
and speaking of like inducing violence, I know a lot of you guys have seen this. No matter where you live, there's a lot of riots.
I think there's more peaceful protesting than riots, but yes. Continue.
But yeah, we know people personally that are saying riots are the way to make change, and that's what Hunter. I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out. Trust me. I'll bleep it out. Dude, I'm leaving that in, but I'm gonna bleep it out so that when they react, it's gonna be funny. I just need to write down the time.
All right.
But yeah,
continue.
But yeah, Hunter was against that because and there's this one person that is saying like that's the riots are like the way, and that like riding
dumb
like
bitch alert.
Yeah.
She's retarded. She is dumb. I'm sorry, but that's not an opinion. So what I said before, right? And you know how we're like, don't judge other people for having an opinion, unless that opinion is inciting violence. This opinion, she was inciting violence. Okay, so cancel the fuck out of her. Do whatever the fuck you want. Cancel her. She's gone. She's out of here.
But yeah, basically, she just said that riding targets is okay, and because they can make up for it because they're a big corporation. Just don't loot, black-owned companies and small businesses. Which, in theory, yes, they can make up for it. I think the Target CEO said it was fine to loot because they can make up for it. I don't know. I don't do my research.
I don't think he said it was fine to loot.
I'm pretty sure he just agreed with them.
Did he?
Well, we don't do
our research here.
It's not a big deal right now. This is like the least of our worries. We need to figure out this. We need to solve like social injustices first.
Yeah, but like what this girl I don't think she understands is that that doesn't affect looting doesn't affect the CEO of Target, or anyone up there. It affects the people that are working. The people that the mom that is working that 8-hour shift that needs the money, and now she doesn't have a job because Target's burnt to the floor.
Exactly. And that is perfect. Thank you.
Is that it's not even affecting her either. Like, our Targets around here are still standing. Her house is still standing. Where she lives is standing. I bet you that they wouldn't keep the same energy if they looted her house or if they looted those Targets.
Exactly. If the rioting and the violence was near her, she would not say it's okay because it doesn't affect her. Because it would be affecting her directly, but it's not right now. And so she can talk all she wants. Right? And my issue is that people are justifying it, saying, "Oh, remember Stonewall and how women had to riot for their rights?" No, dude. Those are one or two riots. Yeah, sure. There were riots during the in the 1960s when people were fighting for civil rights. And when African Americans were fighting for their civil rights. Sure, that's not how they got their message across. That is not how they got the message across at all. They already really racist white people that want us off this earth already think we're wild animals. So why feed into that? Why feed into their mentality of that?
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
there's no point in that. You know,
And I understand, like,
and
I understand where they're coming from. They're like, oh, peaceful protesting hasn't worked. You know, like if you take like Colin Kaepernick for example,
totally.
a lot of people are using him as an example, saying, oh, look what happens when you try to peaceful protest. Now he doesn't have a job, which is true, you know. But I
Well,
still
he's
feel
also
like writing
getting
isn't the right
much
idea.
out of the teams too.
He
It's
what?
more than just it's more than just the protests.
Yeah, you know, it's just a lot of the like the drama and stuff that the teams
Hmm.
don't want. But you know, I feel like what okay with the protests right now, I also feel like I don't know. I don't know what the end goal for them is. Like obviously it's to, you know, abolish racism. But how are you going to do that? Like what is that
Exactly. No,
purpose? What's
that's yeah.
like there was
And
like a bunch of like you know, marches and riots for like after MLK like was assassinated, they made the Civil Rights Act. What is the act that people are going for now?
mhm.
What is
That's
there's no
true.
law you can pass. What are you going to
and
say
and
like
and
you
not
can
that's not to say that protesting isn't wrong,
mhm.
or isn't like you shouldn't protest.
Yeah, obviously
Definitely
protesting is great.
protest.
Protest
Well,
is
Get
yeah,
your
great.
the
message
right
out there,
Amendment.
because it is your human right and your right as an American citizen.
Mhm.
Right? It is your right. It's the fact that you can't protest and go home and say to yourself, I've solved racism, and get rid
Mhm.
of all your white guilt. That's
Mhm.
not the thing. That's not what you're talking. That's not the point. Your point should be to go protest, be in solidarity with people of color, and use your privilege to protect them from police who might be acting out, because they are stressed or whatever when it comes to the protests, right?
Mhm.
And use your
Uh-huh.
privilege to protect them. Okay, it is that's your job,
Mhm.
right? And to go and be in solidarity,
Mhm.
right? Don't go there and just and say I love you, I support you guys, and go home.
Mhm.
And just it's like a thank you letter. It is nice in the moment,
Yeah.
but in the end you didn't, you're not repaying them for the gifts or anything like that. And
Mhm.
it's like it's just it's that's bullshit, honestly. Right? Go protest, get your
That's
message
back
across,
there.
but then act on that message. Do
Uh-huh.
something with that message.
And
Don't just sit there.
a lot of people are saying like, oh, in like a few weeks people are going to forget. Like you got to do
They
something now.
will. They will.
But what is there to do? There's like all of it basically like right now it's like I understand like you
Well,
need to hold cops accountable, but how? You know, there's nothing you it's so hard to beat
it's not.
cops, you know? Because
Yeah, it's not like a
It's very
professional.
hard to believe. It's very
like
hard to be a police
like one
officer.
for the cop that killed George Floyd, you know, rest in peace, you know, originally they
That's
charged him.
fucked. It's
What? Said rest in
fucked.
peace.
No, 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 no. The
Oh,
fact that they killed him. The
okay,
fact that they
yeah,
killed
yeah,
him.
yeah. But
Hey,
they originally charged him with third degree murder because they didn't want to like have the risk of him beating a first or second degree murder case, you know, and him going off
Uh,
free. And with
no, no,
cops,
no, 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 no. Third degree is the least.
yeah,
Least.
yeah, that's
yeah,
why,
well they'll
because
create a second now, so
they didn't want him like beating the second degree murder, you know, because there's
Oh,
like
so yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Fair. Yeah,
different.
yeah.
yeah, but they just created a second degree murder though.
Yeah, no, they just
They
charged him.
upgraded it.
Yeah,
Upgraded it.
but originally they wanted to charge him because they didn't want the risk. And with cops, it's really risky because unless it's recorded, there's no evidence. If the cop says, "Oh, he has a weapon," there's no one to know.
Yeah,
The opposition is not there, you know, like the
and
people
that's
that.
why, in my opinion, sorry to cut you off there,
No, it's
but
cool.
that's why protesting is so important, because if it was just one city protesting, they would have, if the case, honestly, in my opinion, probably would have been dropped, or
Probably.
he would have gotten fired and with no pay or whatever.
Hmm.
But when every city across the nation and every state in the nation is supporting this and saying this is wrong, we need to
And
fix
even though
this, right? And it puts pressure on the judges in Minnesota and the law enforcement officers there to act accordingly, and it be police officers and not the people that you see, not the police officers you see on the news. Be the police officers that support your community, and be the police officers that go out there and make sure the communities that are damaged and hurt can be and you're helping to rebuild those communities. Don't go out there and murder people just because you're scared or just because you're racist. Don't do that. There's no point. You're not solving a problem. You are solving the problem that the 1% of white people, the white nationalists, think exists, which is that all people of color are trash. That's the
Hmm.
1% of white people.
exactly.
White people are good people,
Hmm.
right? It doesn't matter what their ancestors did, right? I mean, it
Hmm.
kind of does,
I mean,
kind of does,
it
but
does
Well, they're
matter
they
what
not
they did.
responsible.
We
they
can't
have
forget.
they have they have no correlation. They have no connection to those people at this point. They've changed their mentality.
Yeah.
It's the 1% of those people that fuck it up for everyone else.
Exactly.
And the same with police officers, and the same with the rioters. 1% of peaceful protesters that have turned into rioters that fuck it up for. I stand.
And like, you know, obviously, like I said before, we need to find like a plan to, you know, to protest for, like something that we can change. In your guys' opinion, what do you think we could change? You know, like Scott, what do you think we could do?
I think that honestly, that the one thing that the federal government can do is like you know, have like the Department of Justice or something, have something in there where like they can like inspect like civil cases of police brutality, because like we don't really have that in there.
But how?
And not local. That's smart though. Put up.
Yeah, you could have it local, federal, just have it in there somewhere. Like
Yeah, but how can you still beat it? Like it's still so hard to beat a cop in a case because, you know, it's the cop, they're law enforcement. If there's no one around, if it's just the victim and the cop and the cops and the victim is now dead, the cops
they're gonna
probably
take
for
the
body
cuffs.
cams though. So
That's why they implemented body cameras. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have body cams for a reason.
Oh, do they?
But
There's no body
yes.
I thought only some
That's
cops
not
have that. I
suspicious.
thought only some cops.
No, it was
Is it all
San
cops?
Francisco. Yeah, it's San Francisco
all
that
cops.
enforced it first, and then they realized that we should probably have it all over the nation since most encounters with police do happen when no one's around, you know. But I think people need to. I mean, and it does help with an election coming up, a presidential election, local elections, you know, primaries. It does help with that coming up because people, right now, as we speak, are in the process of making different acts and different laws that could help put not restrictions, but put, you know, things in place to make it harder for, you know, like racial bias testing can be put in place in the police department. And, you know, if you have really any racial bias in general, or you're really honestly blatantly racist, you know, then you shouldn't be on the police force. And that, you know, there's laws being made about that. And so I think those are different things we can change, you know. And so I think in the end it's a long journey, and that's why I'm afraid that people are going to forget about it, honestly, because and I in my opinion, I know people are going to forget about it because
you know,
it's happened before. It's been happening before.
Yeah,
I've protested since I was little.
yeah,
And that's why I'm not making a huge effort to go out now, because I feel helpless. Because I don't know what I can do at this point. Because
It's all good, Caleb. We got you.
I know you guys do, but it's the same thing over and over again, and it hasn't changed. And I know people are trying to change it, and maybe with this whole global pandemic and the whole world is listening, every country across the world is listening right now. Maybe it'll change now. But I'm just not sure, and that's why I'm skeptical about it, and that's why I believe it's just a hashtag. It's just a black square. It doesn't do anything. You posting a black square doesn't do anything unless you're educating yourself on black-owned businesses, on black communities, on the laws, Jim Crow. If you're educating yourself on the laws that damage and prohibit black people from being functioning members of society, so do something.
Yeah, you brought up the black square. Okay, the black square, it makes my brain like hurt.
It makes me.
Well, people post the black square to raise awareness, you know, and show that, you know, people have a voice. But
we don't need awareness anymore.
Yeah, the people that are seeing these black squares and posting these black squares, they already know. They already know what's going on.
Exactly.
So why do you need to post that black square? Go out, we could do something, make a goal. We need to change something.
It's because a lot of people are lazy, Richard. They don't actually want to do the actual part.
And it's because they don't actually care.
But they don't actually want to do it.
It's because they don't actually care about the issues.
That's true too.
Like, have you seen a lot of people? A lot of people are just going out there and just doing like taking pictures just to show that they went there. Like, there's this video of you guys know Madison Beer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's this like video like I don't know, I saw it on TikTok where like she like held up a sign and like she stood on the hood of a car and she took like a knee and she raised the sign. It was like about like it was at a protest, and then like and the people that took the video said that like she went there for pictures then they just left, which I don't know if it's true, but
I wouldn't be surprised. I bet it is true.
I feel like a lot of people are like
that's fucked.
Yeah, like a lot of people just go there just to take pictures and make it like a publicity sign, you know? Like
it's like a little event.
Yeah, like bro, like that's not the point of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's to make change.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I think I agree with you guys. I think we move on to this last topic real quick
Oh
before we
yeah.
just keep going on.
The last topic, and it's kind of awkward because of what we just talked about. But heaven, I want to talk about.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
it real?
Heaven is something that some people
Heaven
believe in.
afterlife.
Yeah, heaven or afterlife or whatever you believe in. A lot of people, in like when they're religious, they believe you go somewhere after you die. Some people don't. Some people aren't religious, but they still believe you do something after you die. And it's a big debate because no one knows. You'll never know
Hmm.
until
And
you
it's not.
until you
Yeah.
kick the bucket.
Hmm.
And so I want to ask you guys: do you
Yeah.
guys believe in the afterlife? Do you guys believe in heaven? What do you guys think happens after you die? Are you reincarnated? What happens?
Honestly, at least how I like to see it is that you either get the choice to go to heaven or you get reincarnated as something else. Because the thing about like religion is that it's very faith based. You have to believe in it. If you don't believe there is a heaven,
Hmm.
then it doesn't exist for you. Like
Exactly.
you can't prove religion. Any honest religious person will tell you that it is faith based. If they're telling you there's
That's
some
true.
factual shit, they're a liar.
That's true.
And
There's
I
like
know because I've been with Bible, prayers, all that,
mm,
and it's all having faith in God,
yeah, like one of
and
my friends told me.
He will lead the way
One of my
for
friends
you.
told me like he's like pretty religious. He's like not as like super religious, but he's religious. And like back when we met him in 8th grade, I'm not personally religious. I don't care if you are. You do you. But he told me he's like I was like, why are you religious? And he's like, it's better to have believe in heaven and get there than not. It's better to believe in God and heaven and it not exist than you not believing in it and it actually being real.
And my opinion, right, on heaven and hell, or on just really heaven. I don't think hell really exists. But my
It's all
opinion
fun and
is
games until
that
you go there.
I know.
Real.
My opinion is that it it doesn't exist, right? It doesn't exist physically. Like you don't die and go somewhere
Like in the
else.
clouds, like
You're,
all like the
yeah,
movies and stuff.
like your spirit doesn't die and go somewhere else, right? You technically over time you do reincarnate into soil, do become part of the earth. But after but my whole thing is that heaven and the afterlife exist in your own mind, right? While you're alive, to have an afterlife, believing in something else, right after you die, makes the thought of death and the action of death less painful for some people,
Hmm.
because they say, oh, they're in a better place now,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Even though scientifically, you're not gonna go anywhere, right? But it makes the action and the thought of death easier for a lot of people,
Hmm.
and that's why I think heaven exists, right?
There's
So,
this theory I heard when I was back in 8th grade. I don't know why I heard a lot about the afterlife in 8th grade. Just a weird coincidence.
People wilding back then.
Yeah, even me. We don't talk about that though. I think 8th grade was a
Yeah.
bad time for everyone. Um,
trust, yes.
but
It's tough.
Pokemon. Yeah.
but someone said that his theory on the afterlife and what happens after you die is you go to like it's like it's like you're dreaming, but like in the best form of yourself, in the form that you believe. Like if you believe that you at 18 was your best form, you just continue living in like a dream world
Uh-huh.
in
Yeah.
that
Oh,
form.
fair.
That's
That's
easy.
good. That's a good. Yeah.
And I feel like it's a cool theory, but I feel like it's just a placeholder to make it seem cool. But I don't know.
Hmm.
I feel like in my opinion, when you die, I feel like the best like thing besides heaven, like I feel like the best thing would be just reincarnation. I'm not saying that's the best theory. I feel like that'd be like the best thing to do,
Hmm.
you know? And like I don't know. In my opinion, what happens in the afterlife is just I think you just die. When you die, it's just a black space. No, there's nothing. Like how blind people they don't just see black. They just
They see an error bar.
Jesus Christ. No.
No.
No, but like blind people don't they don't see black. They just see nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
The sense
exactly.
isn't there.
So I feel like that's what happens when you die. You don't hear nothing. It's nothing. It's just gone.
Hmm.
You know? And that's
Yeah.
as much as it sucks. As I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, no, that's wrong. I feel like as much as it sucks, and is it as much as like it feels like, oh damn, it's such a like hard thing to swallow. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. That you're doing all this work for nothing. So all you kids out there listening, don't do your homework. Live life. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Not a long time.
No. If
Ask
you're
your
just
crush
gonna
out.
live life no, you have to make the best out of your life.
Exactly.
You need to make
So
sure you're
jump out that
memorable.
roof.
That's the only way you'll
Talk
truly
back
live.
to your parents.
No. Honestly,
You don't need
honestly,
nothing.
guys. So I'm gonna close the episode out here, but honestly,
Actually, you can't close this episode out
why is that?
because our name is the Debate Hour, not the Debate
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Um.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shut the fuck. How about you shut the fuck up? You shut the fuck up? How about that? I'm not because
Okay. Wait.
What about the debate boys? I like that better, honestly.
Okay, fine. The Debate Boys.
We could make it.
All right, yeah, the debate boys. All right, so you heard it here, folks. We've changed our name from Debate Hour to Boys. Have a
Already on
safe,
the first
have a
episode.
safe evening, whenever time, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day you're listening to this. Thank you for listening to our first episode. Please support the channel. Please support our social media page, and
Yeah, help us get rich.
It'll be link in the description to our Instagram.
Yes.
Go follow it.
all of our Instagram accounts will have the link to the
Except for
podcast.
Scott's, because I don't think you guys want to follow Scott. He's
Please don't
No, you
follow
definitely
Scott.
wanna follow
If you guys are sensitive, do not follow Scott. If you guys want to follow someone who posts like a boomer, go follow Scott. Perfect guy.
Okay, all right.
Boomer
So
and Gen-
my Instagram is CalebKidda_77. Richard, would you like to? plug
No,
your
because
Instagram?
I'd rather not. All right. Goodbye. Have a
Instagram,
great day.
Scotty.
Yeah, have a great
And I'll
day.
see you guys
Thank
next week.